Thanks in no small part to the popularity of Max Verstappen, the Netherlands is back on the F1 calendar. So welcome to the boisterous atmosphere of Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of the 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Norris, Yuki Tsunoda, and Russell, Antonelli, Verstappen, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Sainz, Lawson, Lance Stroll, and Fernando Alonso, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Ollie Behrman. Bortoletto, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, I could go on for hours, and I probably will, about the atmosphere here today, the sea of orange, this Dutch Formula One festival. But once you're in the cockpit, once the visor's down, what are the challenges for the driver?
Zandvoort is an old-school classic racetrack that's been revamped to bring it back to life for modern-day F1, and the Dutch fans are here, all dressed in orange, to see their man, Max Verstappen, and he always delivers around this track.
Okay, mate, radio check, please, radio check.
Radio check.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Tyre condition still looking good. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
It's quite good.
And here's the checkered flag for our winner today. Well done and hats off to Gabriele Bortoleto.
And 11 wins in a row now marks a new record in Formula One. We are witnessing history in the making.
It's time for our podium celebrations. And as ever in Formula One, 3 is the magic number. Congratulations and well done. It's Gabriele Bortoleto. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, Be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One. Welcome to Zandvoort. We've got a treat for you today with its trademark banked corners and a sea of orange t-shirts. Welcome along to the Dutch Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Russell, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Stroll and Liam Lawson, Hadjar, Sainz, Alex Albon and Fernando Alonso, Behrman, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Nico Hülkenberg, Doohan and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Yep, radio check.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Nice move. Good job. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Final lap, push, push.
I'm not sure I should be happy for that, but I'm actually happy, so good.
He came, he saw, he conquered. It's victory for Gabriel Bortoleto.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
There's room for 3 on their podium, but only ever 1 right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And that top spot waits for 1 driver. Today, it's Gabriel Bortoleto. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.